What's up, baby dolls? Today we're gonna go through a lot of altcoins today, and boy oh boy, we got huge amount of altcoins. I'm gonna focus on the PulseChain ecosystem just to basically keep it down packed, because man, there's just too many, friends. There's too many. A lot of people ask me, hey, is there any altcoins and stuff here and there? Have you been paying attention? I've mentioned literally every day, like just the clockwork, an atomic clock, if you will. I've been saying go to every one of your favorite altcoins, mark 50% from the top to 80%. 50 to 80% from the top, draw a big fat box, and if you want, start DCA buying. That's it. And if you are already in, just pray and hold that we make it to the other side. That's it. Most people, you're already locked and loaded. You're waiting for the next round in. There's been no growth in most social media websites in terms of, like, you know, for crypto stuff anywhere except crypto banter. So we already know it's just basically everybody just spinning their wheels. So let's go. Now, friends, we'll start with the core coins for PulseChain. I mean, like, it's still the same thing, man. It's all the same thing. This is PLS. Yes, PLS core coins. You are still in the box. It is a log chart. So there's COPE here. How high do we go? I don't know. Do you think we hit 25 billion, 45 billion, 100 billion for the ecosystem around these numbers? Yeah, maybe we hit around those numbers. Remember, Richard Hart peaked at 45 billion. So that would be here. Right now, we're 1.7 billion. So we get a 25x if Richard Hart returns back to September 2021. You know, is it a function of Ethereum price growing as well? It's the same thing everywhere. All right. So same thing for PulseX, friends. PulseX. Same chart. It's still in the deep price zone. We're really offside in that. This is the PulseX to pulse ratio. It is at 0.55 ratio. This is like insane strength from the buy and burn. That's beautiful to see. Hey, maybe it goes to parity one day. And why would it? You know, that's very unorthodox to do that. But that's because of the buy and burn happening. PulseX is deflationary. It's buy and burn. It's actually like real yield, real utility happening on it. Whereas PLS is inflationary. And that's pretty much why that's been happening. The buy and burn is happening from all the activity on the chain. You expect that to pick up. And also PulseX is obviously, as a DEX, you get higher risk premia and higher reward in a bull market. And now, baby dolls, moving on from PulseX, we're going to have a look at HEX from PulseChain, which is pHEX. That's also down. It's deep in the doo-doo zone as well. I think it's about 700 million market cap now. Remember, the whole ecosystem, PulseX, eHEX, pHEX, Inc., they're about 1.7 billion altogether because of the dilution effect. Okay, remember, and all Richard Hart peaked at 45 billion. So once again, 25x to get there. Now, this is pHEX. It's around, you know, 64% of a penny. Hopefully, I mean, like, we're praying, right, that you can do 100x from here. That'd be great. That'd be a great unicorn. If you did 100x from here, gets you to 64 cents. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Hopefully, you go much higher. There are levels here that I've drawn here. PulseChain launch was 5 cents. So you got quite a while to go. It's like 8x from here. Testnet version 3. So just to get back to the testnet version 3, which is like shocking, that's 17x away. Ouch. Remember that this is just pHEX. So that's not the combined hex, which what I have is right here. This is the combined hex. By the way, the numbers are still just as bad. This is combined hex. If you go down here, if you want to see like just how far away it is. To go to the testnet version 3, wow, it's a 14x. That's disgusting, but you are 14x away from the testnet version 3 price. The testnet, PulseChain testnet, paper monopoly money. Oh, man, that's funny. Don't you love markets? How about if we went back to the PulseX Sacrifice Price? That would be 28x. Remember, that's combining eHEX and pHEX. Yes, combining eHEX and pHEX. You want to see eHEX just by itself, friends? It's down here. This isn't the full chart. The full chart obviously looks way more wacky. You can actually look at the eHEX to pulse ratio just to get a different idea. It's still ranging around down here. Remember, I think eHEX and pHEX are going to be leverage on Pulse. They've probably found their new floor. Doesn't mean they necessarily go up straight away, but, you know, it's going to take a while playing around here. It's going to be a while. Now, it would be very significant, by the way, if eHEX goes up here. Why? That means eHEX would be disregarding Richard Hart, whatever he says about the chain, whatever he says about Ethereum. That's why it would be fascinating to see. Now, we're going to go down into incentive token. This is the incentive token as well. See, same chart as well. Everything going down. Here's the coffin emoji. The Inc pulse ratio, that's super special, super important, is actually making new highs. That's really lovely to see. How high can it go? Just a guess, man. But if we went back to the top, that's about a 4x on whatever Pulse does. So if Pulse does 25, Inc does 100. If you believe this is destined for up to. So if you think this can get up here, that's what you're saying. You believe that whatever Pulse does, Inc will do a 4x on that. So in one world, Pulse can do 100x, Inc does 400x, okay? Another world, Pulse does 25, Inc will do 100x. That's why Inc gets to about $300. Also in another world, Pulse does 5, Inc does, 15 to 20. That's another world. So that'll be like $45 to $60. That's, so you know the ratio. Okay, you're going to outperform Pulse by 4x, but you don't know what Pulse will do. That's what it comes down to. Now, as we step outside of Richard Heart Core Coins, there is incentive token as well. This is Icosa, friends. Icosa. Icosa is leverage on HEX as well. Remember, it's even deeper along the risk curve than obviously incentive token. Incentive token has really deep, thick liquidity, like 30 million. There's only like a couple of 100K, not even like 20K or something for Icosa. This thing can absolutely rocket like we've never seen before. So Icosa, friends, if it goes back to the ceiling, this is a 5x on whatever pHEX does, and what a hex does, pretty much. Yeah, eHEX, pHEX, hopefully the same thing. So 5x on whatever HEX does, and yeah, you need Alex to come back. Alex still missing, maybe building his center, maybe doing something else. Is Icosa leverage on HEX. It's the same thing with Hedron. Hedron is more inflationary. Yes, I know, friends, a lot of people just have to go through if you really want them, but it's easy to participate. Icosa, you get them on app.potatoes.io, and yeah, the potential is big. Think about this, if HEX does, if you believe HEX can do a 20x, then Icosa does a 100. That's big. It's a leverage on it, and you just get to see it's done. See, it's made this floor, friends. Once again, see how they made this floor up here. Well, yes, this going up is Icosa outperforming HEX, and it is a nice leverage play on it. Remember, it lets you NFT your stake, and you might think to yourself, well, what has staking really done lately? Well, you got to think bigger, friends. You got to think about if the price just goes up, don't you think people are going to believe in staking again? They're going to want to grab that yield. Anything that goes up, people want to grab the yield. They want to believe, and it will come around. It's all a function of the price. Now I'm going to move to the ATROPA ecosystem, friends. ATROPA, remember, a lot of them are liquidity linked. This is ATROPA's chart. See, most people see, friends, it's 75% down from the top. That's the buy zone, man. That's a buy zone. Okay, not financial advice, but you just go down, you mark 50%, which is around here. It's the same thing everywhere, man. It's the same thing. You go, hey, I want a DCA if you have any bullets left, okay? But the real ratio to look at is the PLS ratio. How far is it down from the top? It is down 60% once again. See, friends, it's just same thing. It's the same thing. You don't know where it's going to stop. You had no idea where it's going to stop. It went and broke this high again, comes back down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red candles dropping down here. Yeah, everything's the same, man. Everything's pretty much the same. They're just like, the higher the thing is, okay, it's only down 60% against Pulse. Okay, if it's a very small market cap, it's probably towards the 60, 70, 80% down against Pulse. Some things like super small, under a medium market cap, they're like 90% down against Pulse. And that's pretty much the risk curve. That's what you get to see. And there's plenty more to go through as well, friends. You have, I forgot pDAI. See, pDAI, same chart, friends. ATROPA ecosystem, the same thing. pDAI as well. I've made tweets about this. See, it's back in the box as well, 60%. It's the same thing with Teddy Bear. Literally the exact same thing. They play around with this. They're same charts, man. It's all liquidity linked. You see, they all move together. Now, Teddy Bear, you go, oh, Teddy Bear, you're only down 50%. Yeah, but no, Teddy Bear didn't move as much. It only went up at 2.5x. So if Teddy Bear matched pDAI, it would be up here. And then it would be down 65% anyway. So you have to see, man. You don't know. It's kind of threw everyone off, right? Teddy Bear went up first. That's crazy. Teddy Bear recovered off first. Remember, up here, like it was the first thing to smash up, right? Do an 8x, and then it just slows down. That's markets for you. That's markets for you. Here you have Tangang, HOA, HEX, orange address. There's a lot of people posting like, oh, no, it's going down. Yeah, man. Here's changes the HOA, PLS ratio. Here we go, all the way back down, 56%. These are stock standard, man. Like I say, man, if you want me to draw the chart, friends, because you don't know how to measure it, you just draw a freaking box. You go, okay, 57%, whatever, DCA buy, start buying. Not financial advice if you like them. I know most people, you're already in, or you've got some like barely in DCA money. Okay, there's plenty more out here, friends. This is PoorPleb. PoorPleb doing this low high trend, the volume dying down. This is like before things rocket up. Look at this, friends. Before it goes really, really small, these things just start to eventually, there's fine bottoms out here. This is the PoorPleb PLS ratio. It exited out of the box, comes back in here. Now it's back in the zone. See, yeah, you're down 70%. So you see this, friends? This is the interesting part. So other meme coins, they went up really, really high and they dropped like 70% anyway. But look, PoorPleb, off the low, yeah, it does like a 5x, but it only gets back to here. And look, it's down 68% anyway. It's literally every coin. Every coin's like, you're all down 50, 60, 70%. Doesn't matter how high you went. And we're just going through a lot of the meme coins. You also have 9-inch here, 9-inch exchange. I'm going to change to the PLS ratio just to give you an idea how relatively cheap it is. It's back in the box against the core coin. So there are plenty of coins out here, friends. Looking at these other ones, you have even this is P-Link, which is the penis wrapped link. This is the PulseChain link as well. Same thing. Man, that was wild. Someone hit it up here. It's just the same thing. Wow, you're back in the zone. That's markets, man. That's markets. Yeah, frustrating. Why can't you just go up? I don't know. This is it, man. You don't know, friends. You know, it's not easy. It's not everyone knows. Hey, how do you know your one is not going to be the thing that round trips? You don't know. Shout out to a baby doll in the Telegram of mine. He wants me to chart penis wrap Bitcoin, which is pWBTC, the protein Bitcoin. This is it pretty much. Let's look at it on the ratio against BTC. Yeah, there you go. That's actually nice, man. It's actually really strong. 50% after topping out. But you know how these go out. It's back in the DCA box. If you believe in it. If you believe. How much do you believe? There's just so many, friends. There's also Fame. If you want the utility, you have the GMX clone. Let's check it out against PLS ratio. This is what it's been doing, dropping down here. It's down like 73%, but didn't rally in the first place. Dropped 85%, so it's still around the box. Yeah, they're on the cheap boxes, friends. Same as Richard's Only Brother, which is 100% confirmed to be Richard Hart's only brother. There is only one. Where you been, Shane? Where you been? You're not holidaying, are you? So shout out to Shaney Boo out here. Let's check Rob against PLS ratio. And this is, oh, baby, Shane, you've been doing good. Wow, you are doing not bad, sir. This is your chart. Well, on a log chart, everything looks like that, friends. Same thing. One of my favorite fundamental analysis that I ever did was on Richard's Only Brother. And what I did was I went to Vitalik's mum's coin, which is Metis. Yes, friends, the actual Vitalik, and yes, his actual mum. She is on the board, one of the founding people of Metis DAO, METIS. They are like another Ethereum layer 2 chain, I think. And what I did was I got its market cap and I found out, I forgot how much it exactly was. I think it was something like 0.25% of Ethereum's market cap was in Metis DAO. And I looked at it, I'm like, you know what? You are only worth that much because you're Vitalik's mum. 0.25%. So what I did is I did that same, this is the funniest thing, I did the same ratio of what is Metis DAO to Ethereum. I applied it to Richard's Only Brother and I realized, oh wow, you are 12x underpriced against Pulse. You are 12x underpriced. So if you want to see how far it should be, this is a Pulse ratio, right? It should be all the way up here. That's the fair value for Richard's Only Brother. So it should be 12x. That's against Pulse. So if Pulse does a 10x, this should be 120x. I know. So, man, that'd be funny one day if people just make a video out that, like, look at this psycho peanut brain guy. Look at this type of fundamental analysis he's doing. It's network effects. It's literally network effects. You are Vitalik. This person's your mum. Okay, we're going to give her a certain branding power because you're related. Because we now know her. Okay, that's part of your sibling, right? Exposure. Blast in the ass, friends. It's still like this is rounding. I don't even know. I don't think it's rug, friends. Everything's been doing this. This is the blast, the pulse ratio. Everything does this at the end. These really low volume Morse code candles. They're back in the buy box zone if anyone wants it. Probably cheaper than me. You have GDAY. Shout out to Tommy Boo, Gillespie. Same thing. Same thing, friends. You get these chart prices. You go, okay, how much are you down here? There you go, 60%. Friends, have you noticed everything is down 50, 60, 70%? That's what they are against Pulse. And Pulse is down itself as well. So there's so many others to go through. Like we have the Alien coin. We have pTGC. They're actually pretty good, right? So Pulse the Gray's down. This is the USD pricing. It's down 73%. But against Pulse, friends, you want to see this mega strength? Look at that. It is down only 30% against Pulse. That is huge strength. So a lot of people have been saying, yeah, it's got to do with these buy and burn, these R bots moving stuff around and buy and burn taxes and stuff around. It is what it is, bro. You know, ultimately, at the end of the day, like, we need the friendship to arrive in the core coins. Otherwise, everything gets drained. Unfortunately, CULT has round stripped. Come on, Colty, really? Down 96%. I just want to ask, who the hell, which one of you little bitches is selling CULT down, the penis CULT down? It's down to 600K market cap with $1,000 liquidity. You're a joke, bro. Who is selling this? There's only $1,000 of liquidity. Like, you, honestly, bro, if you need money that bad, I'll give you that money. You really need money. Look at these people sending $1. This guy sold 92 bucks, $35, $1 here, $9. I know that a lot of them just are bots. $4. Ah, man, I mean, like, do you really want to sell something? Just might turn around. We'll see. Now, friends, I have UpX as well. Remember, UpX is leverage on Pulse. It is like not just like spiritual leverage, it's actual leverage on Pulse. They have a vault on liquid loans, and they take out the vault money as it goes up more, and they've just been waiting. Luckily, they've done it in a safe way. This is the leverage thing here. So obviously it drops over time. Why? Because people who don't understand or they're just watching, oh, Pulse is going down. I don't want to be in this, okay? So it's still in this buy zone. It's going to take a while. But if this shoots up, man, this thing could blow the hell up. Because they got to leverage on the big position in Pulse itself. So this is going to take out more leverage and buy up the coin. So UpX, cheap. See, friends, they're all cheap. All of them are cheap. They're all cheap. There's also pPEPE. Friends, pPEPE. So somebody in the comment section, one of my replies, a shout out to the baby on my Twitter. He asked, what happened to pPEPE? Wasn't everybody talking about that? Yeah, man. Pulse went down. The SPI went down. So this is PLS going down. Okay. And yeah, unfortunately, it's come back right into the zone. That's it. Now, if you're watching now from home, you're probably wondering, hey, man, why don't you all just click sell? It's because, bro, when you're like so undervalued, you don't want to click sell for this little shitty 2 to 3x. It goes up 2 to 3x, back down. You don't know, man. If you get out and then it goes up again, you've ruined the past 4 years. You can't get back in. You cannot get back in. And I just want to show you, it's difficult, right? Yeah, up here, even if you buy back in here, all right, you've missed out on the 2x because you got greedy. You know, that's big time. That's big time amount of money, man. Imagine you're meant to make 100K, but now you're only going to end up with 50 because you know you gambled. You're going to feel like a silly willy, all right? And then, so these are the things you got to be careful about. Now, friends, honestly, there's just so many coins. You even have GOFURS out here. GOFURS has done like a deep retrace. This is GOFURS, I think, on ETH as well. Let's see this price chart. Yeah, man, everything just looks absolutely horrendous. Just going down. How much are you down? 70%. Everything's the same thing, man. This is GOFURS on Pulse. It's doing off the rounded thing. The Pulse ratio as well. Yep, there you go. It is a funny chart. This is a funny chart. 62%. See that? Everything's down 50 to 60% against Pulse. Everything. By the way, man, what is this chart? That is so whacked. GOFURS, the community's still there. Everyone's still there, fans. It's just, you need lifeblood, man. You need price to go up. It's just like in the bear market of crypto, everybody was still around, but you needed Bitcoin to go up. You need Bitcoin to go up, get everything else up. So it's just going to take time for everybody just to survive as well. GOFURS on Soylana, friends. I'll be honest, I've just written this off as like a complete loss. Just like, it's just like completely abandoned. I don't care about not taking out the 2x up here because I know on average that is a losing strategy for clicking sell, but I did warn everyone. I was like, man, there's a lot of non-believer cucks. Soy boy virgins were messaging me like they want to get into this Soylana GOFURS thing. I was like, oh man, I know it's bad. It's just always bad news, but we learned, right? We learned and we practiced. When the non-believer cucks want to get in, it's time to get out. So next time, friends, we see, I don't know, Richard Hart rotating a shitload of Ethereum back into PulseChain and the prices are pumping and it's on mainstream influencer channels and people are asking, how do I bridge into PulseChain? I want to get into this, get into that. And you know they're non-believers, all right? Now, this one was on Soylana, right? But when you know the non-believers are coming in for PulseChain, you can see. And by the way, their number completely outweighs what you can possibly sell down. Like it is a lot of people. It was a big smack up. So it's not like just a little amount of people. A lot of non-believers come. Non-believers follow each other. I think PUSSY, friends, so HOAX. I think you get the 9mm airdrop. You're gonna have to do research on that. I know, friends, same thing. It's the same thing. Hey, you're down 60 to 70%. What do you get? It's the same number. Everything is down this 60 to 70% zone. So that everything is in these party zones. Now, friends, there are other Tangang coins like PEPE. So Rick Ross, PEPE. Let's check it to the pulse ratio. You can see all these. This is a 3-day chart. Yeah, man. Does the whole Burj Khalifa come back? There you go, 75%. So many. You have MOG as well. Now, interesting, right? This is fascinating here. MOG has gone up because the real MOG on Ethereum, the original MOG, has gone up. So we now like MOG more on PulseChain. Interesting. By the way, this is the USD price. Let's check the Pulse pricing. Whoa. Check this out, man. Did a 5x. So I don't even care if it gets back down, but isn't that fascinating, man? But it makes sense. I made videos about this. Okay, well, if you lived in a country, you don't know what a Ferrari is, but you had a WhatsApp communication with somebody who was telling you about sports cars. They're like, hey, man, you know these Ferraris? They're worth a lot of money. Look how cool they look. They're worth $500,000 in my country. And then if someone offered you a Ferrari in your country, you're like, oh, they're worth somewhere around the rest of the world. They're worth a lot. You'd snatch it up. You're pricing based off what other people think. It's contagious. It's exactly what's happening here. It really is exactly what's happening here. So Mog's doing well. Now, here's DickWifButt, friends. DickWifButt. Same thing, man. We're going to put on a regular chart. Everything's down. What's this down? 65%. Once again, now, every coin, friends. Funny. Every single thing's down. 50, 60, 70%. Having fun. I've even got Cookies here as well. Cookies has done a Burj Khalifa spike up, dropped down 75%. I think because the market cap is very, very low. You have things like this expensive HEX, same thing, Monat Money. There's so many, friends. The Survive coin, the Pulse Kitten. What about the Solid X as well? Let's check it against Pulse Ratio. Let's see what it's done. This is interesting how the Pulse Ratio looks, right? This is on the 3-day chart. Let's check it to a daily chart. Same thing, man. Here we go. Daily spike up here, down 80%. Once again, friends, it's everything out here. You know, people believe in narratives. That's it. 60, 70, 80% have Axis's coin. Now, what about pPEPE? Pen, pineapple, pen coin. So this is down 85%. That's USD price. But if you change it to the pulse ratio, how much is it down from the top? There you go, 78%. Just like everything, man. Just like here, just draw the big fat box. They're in the big fat box everywhere. pPEPE. Obviously, pPEPE is down to like a couple 100K market, like 120K. So you get to see, right, as you're like smaller, under $1 million market cap, you're not doing around the 60% drop. You're doing closer towards a 70% drop. Got other sexy ones as well, like Orange Man Good. Now, this is on a weekly chart. Let's change it to a daily. Here we go. Same thing, friends. Once again, you're down 60%. Strength from Mr. Donald Trump. Man, let me just go on and on and on. You see these, friends? Same thing over and over. What about nah? Same thing. Let's check the pulse ratio. You step away from the sell button. Now, it did well, and then it's dropped back down. Here we go, back in 80%. Yeah, that sucks. Wish it didn't drop down that much, but is what it is, man. Like, you don't know, but the whole chain's undervalued. So if you're asking, why don't you just click sell on all these things? But Pulse itself is undervalued. Right, so would you sell your Shiba Inu 3.5 years ago when Ethereum was only $700? No, because you think, oh man, why would I sell an Ethereum City altcoin when Ethereum, I think, is going above $2,000? That's how you think back then. Okay, well, Pulse is still 60% below day one sack. You're thinking, why would I sell any altcoin unless, say, PulseChain got to 10x day one sack, which is like 15x from today? That's how you make it, friends. That's believing. That's literally believing. Okay, that is what it comes down to. Man, there's so many friends that or many of these same things. I mean, Shitan as well. Shitan has dropped. You know, I mean, it's the same freaking thing ever. Let's check even against the pulse ratio. I mean, surprise, not surprising anyone. It's down here. You go 79, 80%. There you go. Now, baby dolls, I'm going to show you as well freedom of Peach. So Princess Peach, Here we go. We're going to look at the pulse ratio to freedom of peach. There we go. Back in the box side. Here you go. 75%. I mean, these are tiny, man. These are so easily memed. So easily memed. There are plenty of memes. So go to Google Images right now. Just type in Princess Peach. Princess Peach booty. That's all you need. Like, that's pretty much freedom of peach. I believe in freedom of peach because they're just so addictive. By the way, if you have any pet turtles in the room, please ask them to leave slowly. See, these friends, just big fat booties of Princess Peach. You see... It's so easy to meme. So easy. It's so unique, by the way. Obviously, I did not know Princess Peach had a booty meme out there all over the internet until this meme came around. And by the way, it's sticking in my head. All right, that's why we never look at Super Mario game ever again. Now, you have PIKA on PulseChain as well. PIKA on PulseChain, celebrating the friendship of Pikachu and Pineapples. And the Pineapple guy, Pikatoro. Now, this is super strong. This is super strong, down 25% only. I mean, let's check the pulse ratio of it. How much is it down? It's only down, okay, down 30% because PLS has gone up. But even if you drew that box, friends, by the way, this one's new. Just be careful of this one. And what I mean by be careful is just it doesn't have to drop that much because it's got a unique aura about it. It's got the Pikachu aura, and of course, no Pikachu aura will be complete without some beautiful Pikachu music. It's a real community takeover. And of course, we've got to get the Pikachu hat as well, friends. The Pikachu hat, it's a real community takeover. People who held, like, just psychology makeup of people in this coin. The people in this coin, the dev rugged. And we said, you know what? We're going to pump it harder. We're not leaving. We're going to make more memes, more groups, more videos, more art. We're not going anywhere. So that you have that ferocity, the spirit with everyone, the Thundershock spirit. That just makes it a bit different. That's why maybe you look at it, you go, oh, that explains why it's only 30% down and not 60 to 70% down. But really, these little discounts, I know they're rough for like stock market people. Like, what, 70% down? Yeah, man, that's it. Everything, friends, if you go back 4 years ago, that's what every single coin had done before the big run. They were down 70, 80, 90%. And then the big move came. Is it going to happen again? We don't know, but there's only one way to find out. So there you go. They're all the PulseChain altcoins. By the way, I could have gone through literally. There was like another 30, 40, 50 to go through. So it's a common theme. Sprinkling around everywhere. And look, yeah, I could tell you to go all in on one. The problem is I don't know which one to go all in on. Number one. Number two, never go all in on anything, friends. But you know what the game is now. You need the speed to go up. Yeah, there are PulseChain. There are Ethereum altcoins as well you can grab. They need Ethereum to keep rising. And they'll keep rising as well. But I mean, you're here for the deep value contrarian stuff, friends. Look, if you go and buy Ticker Bitcoin and Mog and all these other ones, okay, I have them. It's telling you that your life's not changing with $200. Okay, it's not. You need to go hard, way harder. Way harder. If Richard Hart can pull the rabbit out of the hat and rotate 170,000 Ethereum, and Pulse can do a 25x from today, the spear, that means the altcoins that you just looked at, the winning ones, okay, so Pulse does a 25x from today. From today, these things can do like a 150x. Now, you might say, hey, that looks like a big number. No. You got to think about it like this. You need like a 3x just to get back to the high. Versus, that's on the pulse ratio. You need a 3x to get back to the high, and I'll just show you now. So if PIKA was down here, let's say it was down here, friends. Yes, let's say it was down here. Let's say it was actually down 70% like those meme coins. Well, from here, if you got a 3x, look at that, you're back just to here on versus Pulse. So if you did like a 10x on Pulse, that's where you end up here. You end up to around this 237. That's only like a 3x from that high. It says it's only 3x, but it's actually a lot, friends. It's actually, remember, this is PIKA PLS ratio. So this is the ratio up here. But if Pulse did 25x and you did a 10 on that, you went up 250x US dollar. So it's all about that ratio. Now, obviously, a 10's a winner. But even so, even just a 2 is great. But you shouldn't aim for a 2 because you want to be compensated for more because you're spending your precious pulse pretty much. You're sacrificing pulse ratio. But you can see the potential here. And it all comes down to the fact that Ethereum is undervalued a bit. PulseChain undervalued a lot. And that's what it comes down to. But you got to be right about that. There's more risk in the PulseChain ecosystem. But if we get it right, you smash it out of the park. Slingshot. Like, you got to think about, in PulseChain ecosystem, everyone says, oh, well, it seems to be PvP. Yeah, it's PvP now, but you're not playing for these current people in here. We're not playing for each other here. We're playing for the non-believers who have not retired yet in a bull market in 6, 9, 12 months. They haven't retired yet. They're hearing about PulseChain for the first time on Crypto Banter and Miles' show and other places. Why? Because Richard Hart has rotated $1 billion in, and he's just smacked the living crap out of his core coins. And he's like doing interviews on Crypto Banter, and Kobe has to talk about him now. And I've grown to like 200,000 subs or whatever. You see what I mean? That's the world we're playing for. We're living for that world. And in that world that happens, you and I get dwarfed by all the new people coming in. So PulseChain, friends, has about 200,000 holders today. And we know from Metcalfe's law, if we went to 1 million holders, unique holders, that's 5x, we will get 25x price growth. So that's what you and I are playing for. We go, hey, there's 200,000 people holding PulseChain PLS today. We wanted to get to 1 million. That is 5x the user base. That's a 25 price X growth. And then that's the core coin price X growth. So the altcoins are going to like thrash themselves up. Remember, friends, people are going to rush in because Pulse is already done. And I'll show you right now. Pulse would have already done. Let's actually go and look at it right now. 25x, right? Let's just go 25x. 25x puts it at 13x day 1 sec, which is still huge. Now, in this zone, friends, up here, right, up here, there are going to be people who have come in here. But even if somebody who comes in here, friends, look at this. Someone who's coming at 3x day 1 sec, 5x day 1 sec. Think about this. From here to the top, it's only like a 2-3x for them. That's literally like buying Soylana at $70 from like 7 months ago. Now, when they came, they did not hold on Soylana for the most part. They went and they bought all the meme coins. They went and bought all the altcoins. They spent it around. That's the world we're playing for. Essentially, you're playing for people who have missed out on altcoins and alt seasons and haven't retired elsewhere. They're now seeing these billions of dollars play in. They're now coming in. They're outnumbering me and you 5-1, by the way. 5-1. We're getting literally outnumbered. There's so many non-believers. They're coming in and they're like, these coins have gone up. Which coins do I buy on PulseChain now? What are the premier memes that are going up? That's what they're all going to be doing. And that's where your goal is to just try position yourself with me into the coins that we think have the stickiest network effects and the loudest communities who are going to grab their attention in the future. And now we can see that's why these first mover advantages. So you're seeing like PIKA on PulseChain, strong. You have Tangang stuff. You have 9-inch stuff. You have ATROPA, pDAI. You see these are really, really loud. So if they're loud now, when everyone comes in, friends, there's higher likelihood when they first come in, they don't have time to go make all these new coins. They have no idea about the culture and the meme set. They come in, they want to buy stuff. That's what happens. There's obviously going to be grifters who make coins and that. But these people are going to come in, hey, which one do I buy? What do I buy? Oh, this guy's wearing a Pikachu hat. I wonder if he likes Pika. What about the Tangang stuff? What about this eggplant going on? What's this pDAI thing? It's gone to $1. They don't have time to think. Just like in Soylana land. That happened 6-7 months ago. It's only after it sticks around for like 3-4 months, people are making all the other different meme coins and stuff out here. But for that first rush, these are the things that happen. And luckily for you and me, right, we are aware of the big advantage of PulseChain is everyone's in a cult, strong, loyal believers for the most part, way better than many other chains. There's no cheat factor. There's like Soylana's just full of cheating. So we know everybody's really loyal and we're not going to be making like 15,000 coins tomorrow. We don't care. We're sticking with these to the end. There is no end, okay? It's a new beginning. That's how we're thinking. In Soylana land, it's like, okay, we're going to buy a coin. I'm going to rotate in 16 hours. Okay, they're just going to be buying these Burj Khalifas. And maybe they end up playing their own games in themselves. But for the most part, when they come in, the market's going to like respect these bigger network effects because you're not going to be given a voice to this lower stuff. That's the world you're playing for, friends. That's the investment thesis. I don't know if it's going to play out like that. I can't make any promises. I can't even promise myself. All I know is the only way for us to even be able to capture that upside is to be long today. And you are already long for the most part. Make sure you like and subscribe. Belly button all. None of this is financial advice. I am wearing a Pikachu hat. Love you very much. Catch you soon.